The Emory Jones thing, I think, reminds me a lot of sample size, right? And this graph that you're showing right here is after Stetson Bennett's first 2 games as Georgia quarterback last year. So his passing grade was basically equivalent to what they had for Kyle Trask, who was a Heisman finalist. And I think we all know that Stetson Bennett was not a Heisman finalist last year. But in terms of the number of snaps that he had, like that's how he was performing in that grading system. And he had played against Auburn and played, 3 quarters against Arkansas, and that was where he graded out. So I think slow the roll a little bit on the Emory Jones, first round draft pick. I saw a mock draft that PFF did that had him going number 11 in next year's draft to the New York Giants. That would be shocking, right? And it would be shocking because not only did he sit for a season and a half behind Trask, but he sat for quite some time behind Felipe Franks as well. And just generally speaking, a guy that spends most of their career as a backup doesn't tend to be an upgrade over the guys that they backed up. Back in 2015, Nick Marshall left Auburn after a couple of really successful years as the starter there. And his backup for those couple of years was a guy named Jeremy Johnson. And he was a really intriguing dual threat athlete. He was kind of crowned as, this guy is going to lead Auburn to a return trip to the national title game or to the college football playoff. He was benched a few games into the season. I think his first game, he went like 6 for 24, and that was that. Now, I'm not saying Emory Jones is going to go 6 for 24 in his first game, but I do think that there's some common veins there, and Emory Jones might end up being great. He could end up being an all-conference player. All I'm saying is let's let him show it as a full-time starter